what is up everyone? My name is Donald Volk, aka Disco D, and welcome to my church. So for the past couple of years I've been sitting on the sideline holding the old clipboard watching the other players on the field, and I figured why not, I'll go ahead and throw my name in the draft. So I prepared an opening statement for this. I wrote this opening statement to explain how I like to approach the beginning of this church. While I could just quote unquote wing it, which there will be time for here soon, however, with the combination of being just a little nervous, plus the fact of having to get up, hit stop recording, delete, record, audio spike, sit, breathe, and begin anew every 15 to 27 seconds, I figured this would be faster. If I take what appears to be a nanosecond or so to read and collect my thoughts, please bear with me. Much like Christina Perri, I'm only human. If I use a phrase or terminology you're unfamiliar with, relax and we'll get this hammered out. I divided this into two subsections to start with, a little bit about myself and why is this called Counterstrike Ministry. I will start with the latter first. In this earth age, there are quite a few mysteries. Why are we here? Is there a God? Why are there always leftover parts after you put this together? I just put the extra screws in a jar, but we'll talk about building large computer desks that are complicated some other time. The reason I'm starting this endeavor is because I'm wearied from the deceit, the deception, the keeping of people in spiritual shackles caused by the Pharisaical traditions, precedents, and outright hatred of the Lord and his children, whether it be true Israel and Judah or Gentile. These people have bribed, murdered, maimed, hoodwinked, and bamboozled us from the beginning of the Garden of Eden even to the age before time. They have turned us from our natural ways to unnatural perversion, from us knowing and loving our Father to having some of us turn our backs to him and saying, you no longer exist. So in other words, we're counter-striking against Satan, his ilk, whether his direct bloodline, who are all in and firmly entrenched, or any other bribable lackey looking for a book deal full of disinformation, mistruths, and the ever-coveted private Learjet. All right, now on to the former. A little bit about myself. I seriously started studying around July of 2007. Certain events happened throughout my life, and especially earlier in the decade, that made me go, I didn't talk to God, never told me where to park my car, never made me babble incoherently to other people, but things would happen to me that would not only make me go, they would also go my way and teach me something valuable. So that's how his hand can be on those to lead, guide, and direct you. Also, my friend told me to check out the first 6 chapters of Genesis, so I just went ahead and did that. So I did the human route, I guess. All right. So that brings me to 2 other things, study tools and where do I start. So we'll go with where do I start first. As with everything you wish to learn effectively, you'll start at the beginning. But for some strange reason, people start predominantly at around John 3:16. But what led up to the point of God himself having to sacrifice his only begotten for the good of us? Maybe the answer lies somewhere in Ezekiel or Isaiah or the first 2 verses of Genesis with in-depth study. Well, Reverend so-and-so says that's Old Testament and no further comment. It's like, okay, I guess I can deal with that. I'll accept that. How about maybe somewhere in Revelation then? Well, super preacher so-and-so says we can't, it's sealed. All right, I'm going to check something out real fast. Alright, I'm gonna go to Revelation, all tabbed off, and boom. Alright, hey, it's even in English. Alright, it seems to open pretty nicely. So, I guess it's not sealed, but alright, anyways, I guess we'll have to do this ourselves. What do I need? I'll be blunt with this one. There are 3 main tools I highly recommend to study the Bible. 1, a companion Bible. 2, a Strong's Concordance. And 3, and this is usually the hardest one to find, which is a good teacher that knows what they're talking about. I want to make it clear right now. I do not know everything. That is to say, memorize the entire Bible. Sometimes I might say, I don't know, but I will try my hardest to either figure it out or find someone that does or can. However, I have studied the entire Bible with understanding and clarity. I'll just go with the most part, which is basically knowing I can find something and put it all together. Let's stay on this for a second, then we'll go into the other 2 tools. I play the drums. When I say that, I mean I graduated from an accredited school. Now, can I play every single pattern ever? No. But if I had to, I can hold my own pretty good. The point is, if you're familiar with God's overall plan and cut through the garbage and listen to Him and not some man or woman with an agenda, you'll be a much better player for it. I'll also add that you don't have to necessarily agree with everything a good teacher says, but as your discernment increases, you'll get a feel for it if they're good at it or not. And now the Companion Bible. The Companion Bible is the best study Bible available ever. That's it. End of story. Compiled by E.W. Bullinger in the early 1900s, it is the 1611 King James Bible with, and this is what makes it entirely unique, a companion margin of scholarly notes next to the text. It is not commentary. They're two different things. His commentary is reserved for the 198 appendixes following the Bible. The appendixes themselves are worth the price of admission. So I won't go too much into the man himself, but if you want to, he has a biography written by Juanita Carey. It's Kriegel Books, Amazon. In addition to being a fluent Hebrew, Greek, and Latin scholar and writing so much on the subject, he has great commentary as well. To access one, you can Google Companion Bible, and you'll get two main sites that I'll recommend. A straight PDF, which is at Heaven Dwellers, which is it's all text. It's going to take a little while to maybe download or load up on your computer because it's like 100 megabytes, something like that. It's many megabytes. It's a lot. Or you can go to condensedbibleversion.com, which would be the second Google result search. That basically is going to have, it's condensed. What I mean by condensed is that it's the text, but it has the notes next to it, but it's as detailed, but it's just, compare them side by side. It's the same thing, it's just not a PDF file. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. It's like color coded and it's just easier to see. The third option to get one is you can have one snail mailed to you. They range in price from $35 to $100. Again, I don't agree with everything that he said, but this study Bible is the Neo of the Matrix. I know, I'm so sorry. That's really all I can think about. Everyone's seen the Matrix. You know the comparison. This study Bible is the one. It's just sitting there. It's just blocking everything from the sunglass guy. It's just like, just can't get through Mr. Anderson. I haven't seen the Matrix in a while, so I know Mr. Anderson is correct, but the sunglass guy, he was pretty cool. All right, so the third thing you're going to need is a Strong's Concordance. Compiled by Dr. James Strong and finished in 1890, this is a dictionary of every word written in the 1611 King James Bible. It enables the student to go back to the original Hebrew or Greek word, showing the meaning, phonetics, and root in some cases. It is arranged alphabetically with an organized numbering system that can give clearer understanding and locks it into the King James Version due to the King James Version being generally understood as the best translation from the ancient manuscripts. It's also called a Strong's for short. A few other miscellaneous study tools. You can use online maps or offline maps. If you don't have a computer, then you can just use a book or something. But if you don't have a computer, it's kind of weird. I'm just kidding. Kind of. That way you can track the journeyings of the people as you go along with the studying it verse by verse. Also, a Smith's Bible Dictionary is a great tool for definitions of a lot of other things, like meanings of names, places, people, etc. So that is my opening statement, which brings us, of course, to the closing statement. We are in beyond perilous times. The lack of competent teaching and understanding in the world are a culmination of the controversy between God and Satan in this age. Good people want to follow him, but due to the outside forces of his adversary, a lot of us are confused, ignorant, and purposely misled for some sort of personal gain. As the old saying goes, Satan and his followers would rather preach from a pulpit than some building of selfish debauchery. Why? Because he already has them. And I'm not talking about going to a bar and getting a beer and just having a good time for one night or whatever. I've done it myself. Usually when the Islanders make the playoffs. So who is this for? Here's a fence. This is a fence. It's a pretty good fence. It's treated wood. It's constructed it's constructed fairly nice. And on one side of the fence, you have those that have made up their mind. They're on Team Satan. They don't care about anyone but themselves. Are they a lost cause? Maybe. I've been alive long enough to mutter under my breath, "You done, son," a couple times. However, do I want them to have a mortal soul? No. It is his will that all come to repentance. So they're obviously worth saving. See John 3:16. And also 2 Peter 3:9. Then on the fence are the folks that know something is quite awry with the situation we face. Due to pulpit pirates, which is, I'll call them in this situation, also obligations, the world moving fast, etc., it can be quite difficult to find the truth. Plus, with the truth not only being memory hold, so to speak, it is also illegal in some countries and no basis for a defense. And who hates the truth more than Captain Liar himself? The on-the-fence person is a lot of who we are looking for. Maybe I can do something somehow to get you to take the ball and run with it in the right direction. I'm not asking you to put your hands up, close your eyes, and weave and bob for an hour and a half or anything like that on every Sunday or whenever you go. Yes, music is nice and worship is cool, but I'd rather see you with a tabbed off companion Bible and a strong concordance ready for spiritual warfare. If not, Satan can dance too and weave and bob also, right all over your face. Then there are those who put in the effort to cook that steak and have eaten of the meat. We turn down parties to study Leviticus. We cut through 3 feet of ice to baptize others at 3 a.m. in godless countries. What can I say then, except continue to follow him and let's roll. That's the best euphemism I can come up with that. Let's get it on. Any sort of saying you want to put there, that's all you. So, a few other things. I'm looking at a clock, by the way. Why am I not allowing comments in the comment section? Here's why. Trolls. You don't feed the trolls. Stuff like this, it's just ants to sugar, and they just love it. Someone will post a link, talk some smack. I'll just say that it's family friendly, I guess. And then people link that. It just leads to circles of confusion, and it just gets really bad. I've read like thousands of comments in my life, and it just every once in a while you find that really intelligent person, but talk about a needle in a haystack. Let's see. In addition to this, I just want to study overall truth, have fun. And yeah, I guess that's pretty much how I want to do that. So also, if you're sitting there and you're like, hey, thanks, Donald. It's a good effort and everything. I appreciate it. But I'm not going to really look into it. That's fine. That's cool. I got that. So I won't leave you empty-handed. When I was in high school, I was playing. My friends they're going to be like, no, go there. I'm going to go there. I ended up falling off the stage in high school playing the end of For Whom the Bell Tolls. And we uploaded it to YouTube, and Slash ended up watching it. So that's pretty cool. So if you want to go on there, just put drummer falls off stage. I'm the first one. It just watched me fall off the stage over and over again. I didn't get really hurt. It's a really good backstory. It's pretty funny. It took me years to come to terms with, but I did. Also, as far as the comments, I guess one other reason is there are people out there that are just like, Dom, you're great, you're doing good, I liked everything about it, but unfortunately you fail for using a Mac. It's like, that stinks. Stuff like that. So, anyways, that's how I'm going to go ahead and end this. I'm going to go ahead and keep chipping away at this and hopefully keep putting in several installments and just doing what I think I should be doing. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. I got that one.